Hi everyone, I hope you're well. This is CoinsKid. Just going to dive into XRP once again. Thank you for support. Okay, big up the CoinsKid crew. So right now you can see that XRP is coiling up here in some huge horizontal on the daily time frame, isn't it? You've got that key level support just there and that key level resistance, and you can see you're coiling up. Okay, you broke out and you're coiling up. There is going to be some kind of break here. Like I said to you, get really close to the apex and you get some kind of reaction. Now what I'm anticipating here, and I've got no crystal ball, could be completely wrong, because if we do start to roll out of this support, you can see I'm going to start to come down and retest these lows. And if you do, that's really negative, and you start to fall through them, you're going to come down even further, sweeping these lows and you know, coming down to retest them lows. So you know, that's a possible scenario, and we trade on confirmation, don't we? But right now, you know, for me, you've come up into this pattern, you're coiling up, you're looking for the continuation. So I'm looking for this target $1, because I think that what you're doing, you're trying to retrace to this high just there, because like I said to you, okay, you've got a key level resistance just there that you've broken out of just there. Do you see that? You've broken out, and then where did you find support? You found support on the trend line, basically. So you got some kind of little throwback to the support just after breaking resistance. Okay, so with that, you're coiling up and you're looking for this continuation, this breakout. But I do think at this opportunity just there, that this point is an opportunity to go short on XRP, because what I think is happening here for Bitcoin, I think that Bitcoin is going to put in some kind of bull trap, then it's going to come down and retest the lows that it's put in January and February. Now if it does start to lose them, I do expect to see a level of capitulation here for Bitcoin. But for me, I do think right now, you know, technically I think that the low is in here for XRP, which would be nice to think it is. You know, there's no absolutely zero guarantees, it's all technical analysis. Okay, now this particular scenario here for Bitcoin, this short opportunity is around about 30% on Bitcoin, and you're going to enter a level of capitulation down there around about $30,636, I believe it is, if you check out today's Bitcoin video. I could be completely wrong, but I do think before we do all that, you're going to see a rally for Bitcoin from where it is. I think it's going to rally again. If it doesn't and it starts to lose that key level support, keep an eye on the Bitcoin chart, because if it does, then obviously it's going to go down, and XRP is going to go down here as well. Okay, so there's both scenarios basically, but we trade on confirmation. You know, if you're losing support, hitting this resistance, it's in negative and you're going to come down. If you break resistance, hold back, test the support, you're going to go up. It really is that simple. Okay, so I'm doing my best to try and find the bottom here for you for XRP, and like I said to you, I do think you've come down in these 5 waves, and you've got this little bottom down here, but there's no guarantees. You know, you start to lose this and come down, you can see you rally into resistance and you're rolling. Okay, but this is nice structure, and it is a big if we do get this kind of relief rally on Bitcoin right now, okay, and we do start to come up to that key resistance around about 45k, and then it rolls, you know, this particular scenario here for Bitcoin, this is where this exploded for XRP. This was, what was this, a 40% upside off this low? If you look at that, wow, it was a monster, 68% upside. This is what XRP is capable of. So from here right now, you know, if you break out this apex, you're looking at a minimal 35% trade right there to this key level resistance. And I don't know if you can see, but if it starts to hit that resistance and starts to come back in the retracement, when Bitcoin does this, Bitcoin goes up, and then Bitcoin comes back down, okay, and starts to look for the lows, you know, you're going to see a big correction in the market. Okay, but it means that all XRP is doing is running in to key resistance and coming back to support. I mean, for example, I'm looking at around about 30% correction on Bitcoin. I've said that, haven't I? Yeah, 30% roughly. You know, a nice short opportunity of 45k down to 30636, I believe that's my technical target. And it is all technical analysis. There's no crystal ball, there's no guarantees. Okay, so you know, it's theory based. A lot of people don't do this kind of stuff, you know, but this is what I do on the channel. I try to lay down forecasts and theories using technical analysis and trying to look into some kind of crystal ball on the channel. But anyway, enough spiel. What I think you're doing here, you're calling up potentially some beautiful upside, run into $1, which is that key resistance there. At that point, you know, enter a stop loss for XRP and Bitcoin, because I think you're going to have a big correction in the market leading into April. But I do think that all you're doing is retracing to this low. Okay, so I think that XRP retraced to round about the golden ratio, and that sits at around about 0.69, 0.68 cents, and that would be a perfectly healthy retracement. It would seem bad, you know, 30% correction, look at that, boom, exactly the same as Bitcoin. Now if it does do that, it's an opportunity, because what you're doing here, if you take a look, you know, you're coming up, you're coming down, and you're coming up, and you're coming down, you're making new higher highs and higher lows. Do you understand? So this is a new channel, this is a new trend, and you found your floor just there. Now this is a theory, obviously I could be completely wrong, but right now I think XRP is looking relatively okay. Again, please remember that nothing I say is financial advice, and everything is for educational and entertainment purposes only, okay? So, you know, this is a scenario that I'm looking at right now, and it'd be absolutely amazing if this works out, okay? Because I do think you rally out of this, run into the dollar, come back to the golden ratio, and then you start to come back up again. Now, what are you creating? What are you creating? If you look at that particular pattern, that's a very, very nice pattern that you'll start to create. If this is the scenario right here, you've got a left shoulder, you've got a huge head, and then you've got this big right shoulder like that. Do you see that into resistance? So that's a nice little bullish pattern, because at some point when you break that dollar, you know, you're going to be in a technical target. Once you break that dollar, after coming back and retracing, you're going to be up there at around about 183, which is a full retracement to that high. And look at that. You know, that would be amazing. That's what we all want to see, okay? And I'm trying to work it all out for you, how it does it in phases, because that's how the market works. It sort of does it in stages like this, okay? This is how it all works. I've taught you that. It moves in waves. So, yeah, I mean, this is nice. You broke out here. You're coiling up. You're holding resistance and support. You've got some kind of consolidation pattern looking for the continuation of the trend right here. Obviously, no guarantees. You start to come down, lose support, sweep them lows. You can see this is just a continuation. You continue to roll right here. So there's no guarantees. I'm trying to say to you, and we trade on confirmation. So right now, if XRP starts to coil up and breaks, back test, you put a lovely little long in, ride it up, close it on the TP place, on the TP point just there, and you profit, because at that point you get rejected and come back down. Now, is there any patterns here that can validate that scenario? So I'm going to show you. This is a horizontal. The technical target from there to there is when you break out. I mean, look where you're breaking out. Potentially, you know, you break out towards the apex. Where are you? You're on a dollar. Obviously, lose support. Where are you? You're retesting these lows, which would be negative. We don't want to see that. But it is a possible scenario, you know, that Bitcoin rolls now and has a big 30% correction. So it is a possible scenario. You know, there's no guarantees. That's why I would say to you, trade on confirmation. When you start to get the breaks out, that's what you do. So for me, XRP, is there any other pattern here that I'm looking at? Well, potentially there is. I'm going to show you right now that you've potentially got a left shoulder like that. There's your head. There's your right shoulder. Boom, you got an inverse head and shoulders pattern, okay? And the technical target from that is from there to there. And if we drop that on the breakout, boom, where are you? You're on a dollar again. So there's a couple of patterns there that are sort of validating the fact that this is a nice little bullish pattern looking for continuation. We're looking around a dollar. But for me, that's where I would take my profit on the trade, and I will actually open a little short there, because I do think that that's your bull trap on Bitcoin, and that's where Bitcoin starts to come down, puts in a new low. But for me, XRP's already done its low. You're coming up, reject, 30% correction down to the 68 cent mark. It might run a little bit deeper, but with that, you can see you're coming up, making a low, making a high, making a low. Beautiful. And you've got this big monster inverse head and shoulders pattern with a breakout target to 188 down the line in April, May, or whenever. So that's basically a bit of hopium right there for you for XRP. Obviously, to validate all of this, the scenario that I'm looking at, we have to break that and come upstairs. Lose it, not so good. Break it, yes. We're on target, basically. So you enjoyed that little update for XRP. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Take care, everyone. Back to another update on XRP. Thank you for your support. Bye-bye.